Madonna's iconic cone bra to Cher's show-stopping costumes and Tina Turner's leg-bearing ensembles, the best and most creative fashion definitely happens on the concert stage.
Yep, and this summer is no exception, and the music divas are bringing it. So who better to help us break it down than Rachel Zoe, fashion authority herself? Welcome.
I'm happy to be here. I love being with you guys.
Yes, same, Rachel. We love chatting fashion with you. So we're just going to jump right in. Let's start with Taylor Swift's Era Tour. Here she is. We got to check out this leg.
Can we talk about this?
Yes.
I mean, look at her. There's like fire and like grit and like, I mean, she's insane in this. Like, I mean, she looks incredibly comfortable in it, which is wild.
She does. She does. And I like the reputation. The snakes, all of it. It's all in this. Who makes this ensemble?
It's Cavalli. It's Roberto Cavalli. The creative director designer now is Fausto Puglisi. We see J-Lo in a lot of Cavalli. It's pretty extraordinary, I have to say. I'm incredibly impressed with what Fausto Puglisi's been doing with Cavalli. I'm obsessed with this look.
Who makes this next look? Because when she's in this navy beaded leotard,
so good.
She just like lights up the stage. Can you tell us about this look?
So this is Oscar de la Renta, and I don't know, again, that everybody would think that this would be Oscar de la Renta, and that's what I think is so special about it, because this is like countless hours of beading and embroidery and fringe. And the thing I think people don't know is that when you perform, when these artists are performing, these have to be built very differently than they are to just like walk a red carpet.
Yeah.
They have to be durable. You see how Taylor Swift is dancing on stage and moving around. So, and this is the creative director team behind Oscar de la Renta is Fernando and Laura, and they're brilliant. And this is one of my favorite looks of her tour.
I agree with you on that.
She's got amazing legs, and I think this is definitely the most like rock star we've seen her in these outfits. But what she is known for is the gown. So let's get into this gold gown. It's giving me Cinderella enchanted vibes.
Totally. But isn't that how like I feel like Taylor Swift started that way, right? Like she just immediately became our real life Cinderella.
Absolutely.
And then I think over the years, she's just unfolded into this like talent with grit and writes her songs and puts these strong messages out. And I just think she's extraordinary. And this is Nicole and Felicia Couture. And, you know, I do want to point out that this really changes the game for any designer to be on stage on such prominent artists.
Absolutely.
100%. Well, speaking of, that World Tour is going on, and I need to know, this alien superstar meets Death Becomes Her with a candelabra in the middle.
So good.
I mean,
what do you think about
this? So
this
is Courage, which is a very famous designer from the 60s. I collected. I have a lot of it. I'm a huge fan, and it's made a huge comeback. Not, in my opinion, that it's ever left, but this is obviously custom for Beyonce, as is everything she's wearing. And this just gives me, like, futuristic, like, everything.
So
just, like, cyber, sexy, amazing. She's just, ugh.
How many pieces do you have to have? Like, if I'm going to wear this on tour, do I have to have one backup, two backup, three backups,
You have
just
to have
in
a lot
case?
of backups.
Yeah.
You have to have a lot of backups. Like, I started my styling career on pop stars and stuff. And when you're on tour and you're building costumes, I mean, they can tear in a second. So
Absolutely.
you have to have a lot of backups.
You have to have space for in-ear monitors in there. There's so many things that have to actually go into the costumes, be built in. And then on top of that, if you're having back-to-back shows, you're not putting on your sweaty garment from last night. There usually is an entire team that is cleaning them. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, and there are duplicates of the outfits. So let's talk about this that I just can only imagine seeing an entire rack of these beehive looks. What are our thoughts on this?
Okay, so this is amazing. Obviously, I think anyone who loves Beyonce knows that, like, it's the beehive. It's Queen Bee.
Paying homage.
And this is a custom mugler. And this is just everything. I mean, look, it's like she's in armor. She looks like a strong female
Everything,
badass.
The queen.
She does look like the queen. Janet Jackson is one of the most daring artists of all time, and she is on her tour together again, and there's no exceptions. Let's start with her updated Rhythm Nation look. I love that she's keeping it casual in this.
Very. And listen, I think that's a little bit of like a throwback to like the 90s, her, and that sort of very casual, very sort of like, you know, she still has her, you know,
her pony,
her
Classic.
Rhythm Nation, you know.
I think this might be like even like a vintage Rhythm Nation t-shirt that was like from the tour. That would be really cool if that's what that is. But everyone obviously knows that I love a good pantsuit. So tell us more about this fuchsia moment she has on her tour.
I mean, again, I think she's really going back to that 80s, 90s moment of just that opulence and that real, like, you know, throwback. I think it's pretty clear she's trying to say, like, I'm still here and crushing it.
You're always so much fun. Thank you so much for being here.
We love you.
Always so much fun. Love you guys.